to realize that, like 7:10 and the sun is just starting to rise, because even though it's like, I guess it's the middle of October, closer to the end, and some places it might start getting snow next week, it's like gonna be 60 degrees today. So I'm like, it's summer. It's not, but it is the start of a long weekend for teachers in North Dakota, and so it is Thursday. It's a little foggy, but I am, this weekend, I only have a couple things I need to do, and one of them I'm doing right now. I'm going down to Jamestown to have coffee with my mother and my sister and give them a couple boxes of books for my mom's classroom and a couple bags of clothes for my sister. I gotta go to Walmart and then probably just get gas and go home. I might stop in at Goodwill, but that is one thing that I need to do today. And then on today's Thursday. Saturday, I have a stupid football game that Steven wants me to go to, because our school is very good at football, and it's in playoffs now, which doesn't mean jack shit to me. But other than that, I do hope to get a lot read this weekend, and I think that the last of my passes should start kind of floating in, which is good. So that means I can start buying down to $18.99, which is nice, so that I can buy more books, I guess. But yeah, no, I hope to read a lot. I hope to write a lot. I did stupidly pick up, my god, this fog is lasting forever, pick up another first draft of another Odds Place book, because I didn't have my flash drive, and I was like, oh no, I guess I have to write the Andrew Fortier book, and then I started that. But I have also got Guillaume and Class B and Flip Flop Felony to work on, so that's what I'll be doing. That plus the reading. So let's hope that we get a lot done. Yeah. I did not vlog a goddamn thing in Jamestown. I meant to either do Walmart or the coffee shop, but no, I didn't. I forgot. So I did. I went to the coffee shop. My mom and my sister were there. We had coffee. We talked a bunch. And then we both had to go to Walmart. So we both went to Walmart. We, bought our respective things. My stuff was mostly cat stuff with some Halloween treats for my kids in there too, and some hair stuff. So I'm trying to get my curls back. I used to have curly hair when I was like little. But then I just cut it until it stopped curling. It was just so I would cut it short enough that it wouldn't curl. And you can see that's kind of curly. It's kind of wavy. It looks like it's kind of curly, but I don't know how to do curly. So I got some. I only use curly shampoo now, but I also got some stuff that I can scrunch with. I don't know. I want it to be curly again, because it was curly, and I don't know. My hair just sucks because it's too goddamn thick. Like, people are like, oh, your hair, it's so thick. That's so nice. Like, no, it's not fucking nice. Like, it is too thick. Like, it just frizzes out, man. Like, if it's like, once it gets completely dry, it's just like a helmet. It's too thick. And so, yeah, that's why I want it to be curly, so that it's not really super fucking puffy. But yeah, I got some Halloween stuff for the kids, for my 5th graders. I also got a couple books because I'm just really not doing the band anymore. I'm not. Like, I pretend I am, but I'm not. And we're just not telling Steven, I guess. I got 3. I got the new Stephen King book and some new Rick Riordan ones that I haven't gotten yet. Like the new Percy Jackson one and the Nico D'Angelo one I haven't bought yet. So there's that, I thought about stopping by the library. I almost did. I probably should have. But I just, at this point, I just want to go home, mostly. I got gas at my favorite gas station if you're ever in Jamestown, North Dakota for some goddamn reason. I guess if you're in North Dakota and you're driving from Fargo to Bismarck or the other way around, stop for gas at M&H. It's downtown. It's by Hugo's. Go inside. You get 5 cents off a gallon if you pay inside. So, life hack there. So whenever I'm going to Jamestown, if I need gas, I will stop at M&H because they're my favorite. I love M&H. But yeah, so we're going home. I don't have to do anything for the rest of the day. I don't have to do anything tomorrow. Hopefully I can park my goddamn car. I'm so bad at street parking. Here's the thing. I can't street park. I can't do it. I'm good at like regular parking, like in a parking lot. I'm real straight, but I can't street park. I'm so bad at it. And so if I can't, I'm like, even if it's not it doesn't have to be parallel parking. Like if I've had to just pull in, I'm still bad at it. Like I can't get close enough. I don't even know. Last time I drove my car, Steven had to do it. Like I just park and get out in Steven Street Park because he can street park, he can parallel park. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully I can get some stuff read today. Hopefully I get some stuff written today. I would really like to, I don't know, get a lot done this weekend, this nice long weekend. I've been exhausted. And I know that how I do things during school week is not super sustainable. I'm hoping I can sustain it because it's so productive. And I feel the best when I'm productive, you know. But like I get up at 5, I shower, I go to school, I walk, I will live a block away, and I work until 8 when the kids are coming in. I have my first caffeine of the day. At noon I have my second caffeine of the day. And then I go home as soon as I can at 3:30 because kids leave at 3:20, we can leave at 3:30. I leave as soon as I can at 3:30 unless there's a meeting that might be a little bit later. And I go home and I eat, and that's my only meal for the day during the week is I eat at home. I eat one meal. I eat whatever the hell I want because I'm an elementary teacher now, and I normally get like between 13 and 16,000 steps a day. So I eat whatever the hell I want. And then I just do like personal stuff until 7 or so, and then I start getting ready for bed, and I'm normally in bed by 8. I've lost about 10 pounds, which is nice because I've got a little to lose. This guy's too slow. God damn it. So it's nice that I've lost 10 pounds because I do have a little to lose. I'm 5'8", and the healthy weight range for someone who's 5'8" it's a big range. It's like 130 to 170 is the healthy weight range. I've been, my lowest weight ever was like as an adult was like 126ish, so I was a little bit underweight, up to 200, which is what I was at the beginning of the year. And now this morning I was 188.4 or something like that. I was like 188. And I've been losing weight, which is nice. I would like to get down to about 150-ish. That's, I think, my happy weight. That's where I feel the best. But I'm not stressing too much about it. Because I'm about maybe 20 pounds overweight. But I don't feel too bad. During the weekends, I try to just eat 3 meals a day. Because if I start snacking, I'll just never stop snacking, if I'm at home. But I don't stress about it, I really just do whatever I want. But during the school day, I don't know. Like if I'm eating, I feel like it slows me down. It slows my productivity down, like if I'm stopping to eat. Which is maybe not like a super healthy mindset, but like productivity's fucking king. And I know that's super capitalistic, but I feel my whole thing about productivity is not just work that I get paid for, like if I'm reading, I consider reading productive. I consider writing productive, all that shit. So I don't know. That's where we're at right now. Maybe we'll do a little haul of all the things we got at Walmart when I get home. We'll see. We'll see if Steven's awake or not. But yeah, that is that. The lunch of champions. So I've been working on, I'll sit in front of my bookshelves here. I've been working on a lot of Odds Boys books. Obviously, I'm 15 books in, at least in the first draft. And one thing, not all of these people are good people. Obviously, there was a Matt book. It's been published. Zeke is awful half the time. But one thing I've been really having fun with, so I'm reading the Andrew Fortier book, the first draft of it. And if you have read, is he in any of the, he's not really in any of the published books. He is Hayden's younger brother, and Hayden was in Hit or Miss. He died. Sorry for the spoiler. He's in Hit or Miss, and I believe in Until I Fall Away, Matt does mention that Hayden had a younger brother who was going to be coming up. And Andrew Fortier, I'm having so much fun making him just such a stereotypical, a hockey bro. The concept for that one is that Andrew's, a couple things are happening. First up, his girlfriend is pregnant. His girlfriend is Quinn Stevens' little sister Lou. So that's his first thing. The second thing is that the school shooter at the end of Hit or Miss, his death sentence got commuted to life in prison. And so he's got those things going on, but he's just being such a hockey bro about it. And I'm having so much fun writing it. I love it so goddamn. I love it so much. I love writing these Oz Boys books. I think they're really fun, and I know I've been focusing a lot on the hockey team recently with a lot of these books. But like Zeke's crew, there are only so many of them, and there can keep being more and more hockey players, you know. So it's like we did a Zeke book, and then I've written first drafts of a Kevin book and a Quinn book, and Oliver's getting one, you know, eventually. Like it'll come. But yeah, no, it's a fun time. I'm having a fun time. So this is what I'm currently reading now, The Hounds of Dracula, and I'm like 50 pages in. The words are so big, my guy. Like they're huge. I'm gonna go and finish this right now because it's only 200 pages. I'm already like a quarter of the way in. It's not very good, but I'm hoping that if I like get into it and just sit and read and finish it, it'll be better. And then I'll be prepared for the probably thousands of packers I'm getting today. Which if I get them today, we'll unbox them on camera. I know that I've got some that are for the school, but I think I've got some for myself too, I'm pretty sure. But let me show you the 3 books I got at Walmart because I never did a haul, even though Steven was asleep. So I did get The Sun and the Star, which I have not picked up yet. It's bigger than I thought it would be. It's beautiful. I'm excited to read it. And then smaller than I thought it would be. I did also pick up Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods, which I love the side so much. And then I did also grab Holly, which I have not picked up yet. It's the newest Stephen King book. I'm so deeply behind on Stephen King, but I have read all the Holly stuff. I read Mr. Mercedes, I read The Outsider, I read If It Bleeds. So yeah, that is that. I'm gonna go work on that book. And if I have any thoughts, I will let you know. Because I never talk about this book well. So this book is about, it starts off, we're in Romania, and we find this mysterious area where there were vampires, and there's a vampire scholar, but the vampire dog, Hounds of Dracula, obviously vampire dog, it escapes with one of the like Lamia vampires. I only know the word Lamia vampire because of what Lamia witches from like the Last Apprentice series. And the Strigoi, I'm trying to figure out where I heard Strigoi before. I think it was Salem's Lot. So I know some like vampire lore. I've never read Dracula. Actually, I have it in the book wall, but I've never read it. But anyway, now the Lamia vampire and the vampire dog are going to LA. They're in LA, actually. They just got there. So we'll see how that goes. We are literally like 64 pages in, and we have just now met our American protagonists. That's very late. It's very late in the game, my man. Who wrote this? Ken Johnson. Mr. Johnson, that's late. The best part of this book so far is halfway through. We got a random ad for Newports, which is beautiful. I do love how this random Romanian inspector is able to convince this American man who is descended from Dracula that there are vampires after him. And this American man, he briefly goes like, this seems kind of fantastical, but he's like, that checks out. It's not just a rabid dog. That's what the normal thing is. It's a rabid. This book, like, it had so much setup, and I was just moving so fast. There's so much animal death in this too. Like, lots and lots of dogs are dying constantly. And then they're turning into vampires. So I don't know if you really want to comment on that. And there have been so many like times where like we're gonna have like child death too. I'm like, are we gonna have both animal and child death in one book? That's not very good. That's amazing. I mean, Suffer the Children was worse. But, you know, literally one of the worst books I've read. It was so fucking boring. Even when like action was happening, the way it was written was just terrible. Not good. Not good at all. Let's go see what I'm going to read next. So I'm reading right now The Book of the Dead, which is a bunch of zombie stories. And I'm reading the introduction right now, and it's talking about horror as a whole. And I really, really liked these paragraphs. So I'm going to read them out loud to you. When the first poison gas blew through the trenches of Belgium and France, something fundamentally twisted. When the first ovens fired at Auschwitz and the first mushroom clouds bloomed over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, something twisted. When we watched the First Lady scrambling onto the back of the presidential limo to scrabble at the skittering pieces of her husband's skull, something twisted. When we were force-fed napalm and body bagged for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, courtesy of network news and the public's need to know, something twisted. When oppressed peoples rioted in the streets or were led off to slaughter, when it became all too clear that our fearless leaders were more often than not bald-faced businessmen who sold us out in the name of profit, when killer cultists who listened to the Beatles carved up Sharon Tate and her unborn baby, ushering in an era of serial killers and Khmer Rouge, drive-by shooters and daycare rapists, hijacking and kneecappings, death squads and body dumps, something twisted. And it keeps on twisting in the winds of change.
Viewed in this light, Tipper Gore's statement takes on a provocatively comic bent. She states that we're about to OD on violence, as if violence were something new, or as if the overdosing process were of itself a negative thing. As if, were we simply to stop looking at it, to just say no, the carnage would simply go away, or at least recede to a more reasonable level. It's a reasonable enough assumption with one minor flaw. It doesn't work, it never has, and it never will. I love what they're saying about horror, because I love horror is my main genre when it comes to reading and watching, and not so much writing. But I wish I could write horror. Some of all my thrillers are actually horror books, but I like it.
Well, hello. I'm ready for an unboxing. So I think thrift books are all for like school. So let's see. The other stuff, not so much. So this is one of the Gregor the Overlander books. I don't know which number it is. Maybe it says so under the sticker. It doesn't. But this is for school. Another Gregor book, also for school. These FGT's books, also for school. And another Gregor book, also for school. Then this package I've got the third book in the Vampire Quartet by Jemai Jefferson. I have read the first book, I own the second book, and now I have the third book as well, which is super exciting because these books they're good. They're good. They're from like the 90s, early 2000s, but they are oh so good. They've got another thrift books, which again I'm sure is for school. And that it is. Say another copy of Harriet the Spy, which one of my groups is reading. I got this from eBay, which is, I'm sure, glorious. A bunch of manga. I've got, oh Jesus, Anne Happy Volume 7. Devils and Realist Volume 11. Siren Volume 9. Strove Edge Volume 4. Say I Love You Volume 8. Eucharism Volume 4. The Heroic Legend of Arslan Volume 3. And Rini Volume 19. And this last one I'm sure is not actually, it's not a book, but I know what it is. It's also from eBay. The fact that it comes from Asian City Video really lets me know what it is. It is a K-drama on DVD. If I can get you out of here. It is The Great Doctor, which I watched when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I did watch some K-dramas, but I only watched K-dramas that had this guy in it. And so that was City Hunter, Boys Over Flowers, and The Great Doctor. So that's great. That's what we got. That is our little unboxing there. Oh, I also read this. This is my college literary journal from 2020. I do have a poem in there called I Probably Need a Tetanus Shot. There's a lemon store in here, and I was just waiting for Rump, and there it is. Stephen King is an interesting addition to this collection, because the first two stories both very blood and guts and sex and all sorts of stuff, and they were fun. But Stephen King's story, I'm like halfway through it, is so human. Like his character work is so much better than Richard Lehman's, and I knew that, but it's not as obvious when you're not reading them right next to each other, you know? I'm gonna say that this might be a runaway hit for the year. These stories are so good. They're so good.
like even the ones that are bad are just so entertaining and fun. And I think this is going to be up there for me this year.